Okay, hey there. So what I want to do today is basically give you an overall view of what Ableton can do and what we use it for. We by no means use it to capacity, meaning there is a whole lot more that this program can do. But what I wanted to do was make a short video, shortish video, and kind of explain what we do with it and if a problem arises, what we need to do to fix it. That way, if I'm not here or if you just want to learn more, or if you actually want to help build some sets, that you have the power to do it because knowledge is power. So, all right, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to open up Ableton. Now, I already have a framework set up for this app, so let me go ahead and go to it and show it to you. So it's called Ableton Live. It's originally made for DJs, but it was kind of funny. Somebody basically compared worship teams to DJs that were trying to entertain a group of people, and we need flexibility to do so. So, kind of weird, but kind of similar. So, this is the opening page, and what basically I started with this and I created a template. So, I'll show you my template now. I go to File, Open Reset Set, and the main one I use is Mitchell Sunday. So I'm going to open that, and you'll see it opens up to a lot of different stuff. So I know there's a lot of different panels and that kind of stuff, but don't freak out. It's going to be okay. So let's go ahead and just go by segment, and I'll kind of show you my understanding of what we do here at Cornerstone. So up here, we've got link. We don't use that tap button. It's just to kind of set the tempo. So if we want to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then it automatically spits out the tempo. So I don't usually use that a whole lot. So what this shows is the tempo, and what that means is how fast or slow the song is. I'm not sure what these do. This is our meter. So you have 4/4, you have 3/4, you have 6/8. That's usually the ones you'll use. And then this button, it turns on the click and turns off the click. So I'll show you more about that. But so that's that little area. We do use this zone. This zone I use sometimes, not really a whole lot. And then so that kind of takes care of the top bar. Now, I think maybe the best way to show you this program is to act as though I'm getting a Sunday together. So I'm going to go ahead and select all this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one square, scroll all the way to the right, hit shift, and select the top right square. Now all these things are selected. I'm going to just delete them. That's totally okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and make these blank, and all I'm doing to do that is I click on the actual box, Command R, that means rename, and then delete. So that's all I'm doing to clear those out. Alright, so we usually have a 4-song set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log on to Planning Center now on my phone, and I'm going to just type in what songs we're doing. Okay, it's Father's Day. We're going to do Raise a Hallelujah. So I type in Raise a Hallelujah. Okay, and some more info on it. The BPM, the beats per minute, is 82. So 82 BPM. And then the meter is 4/4. And the way you know you did that right is you've got this little green triangle now, or orange triangle. So that's good. So I'm going to go and go down the list. Okay. So the next is fullness. And the BPM is 71.5. And the reason why I know that is I actually have it, all that information put on Planning Center. And then we're going to do Living Hope. So Living Hope, 72 BPM and 4/4. And I'm just hitting enter and it goes down automatically. And then It Is Well. It Is Well, 120 BPM, 4/4. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't think that's right. All right, so that's like step one. So now, just for example, say we're doing a song and we do not want a track, we just want the click. Let's do It As Well, for example. We have a click only column. So kind of like Excel, we need to view these as columns and rows. So columns go up and down, just like on a house, and rows go the opposite way. So columns. So we have a click only column, a MIDI column, a cues column, a track 1, track 2, track 3 columns. All right. So you kind of view these as channels. And then over here, we have rows. We have a row of Raise a Hallelujah, a row of Fullness, a row of Living Hope, a row of It Is Well. So what I'm going to do for It Is Well, say we only want the click. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to this MIDI, and what I've done is I've already created it, and basically what it does is it acts like an instrument, it acts like a note, and if there's something here that allows this click to work. So I'll show you. So right now if I hit play, I don't get anything. Nothing. But if I double tap this, that blue box appears. Yeah, make sure the click is turned on. There it is. Cool. So I'll show you that again. To delete anything, you just click and delete. No big deal. So It Is Well. So we want to click, double click, and play. Cool. And to pause, spacebar. Okay. So that's It Is Well. So let's say that's done. Now we're going to go on to Raise a Hallelujah. So what we're going to do is, the way I have it set up is genius. So I'm going to go to Finder, new folder, not new folder, no, sorry, don't do that. Okay, File, new Finder window, Documents, Worship, Click Tracks. Alright, and I have all of the click tracks we have in our library. So let's go to Raise a Hallelujah. Alright, so here's what I use. I use cues, and we need the wave file. We don't want this ASD file, we want the wave. So go ahead and drag cues to the cues column and the Raise a Hallelujah row. That's where it needs to go. Alright, so we have cues done. And then we need to get the instruments we want. So electric 1, electric 2. The way I'm doing this is I click on one of these files, and then I hit Command and hold that down, and then I click on what I want, and then I can select different stuff. So electric 1, electric 2, pad 1, pad 2, pad 3, piano. I will go ahead and do it on this song. I don't usually do, but I will on this one. Synth bass, synth, and no tambourine. No. So now I let go of Command. I click it and drag it over. An important note too is now that I am in Ableton, you see how the tracks are vertical? We don't want that. We don't want all the files to be in a column. We want them to be in the Raise a Hallelujah row. So what we do to switch that is we hold down Command. See that? When I click Command, it switches it to a row style, not a column. So column, row. So holding down Command, I let go of the mouse and it imports. Okay? I'll show you what we've got.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
Cool, perfect. So that's done. Now we do fullness, and we're just gonna keep going. So, Finder, Documents, Worship, click Tracks, and Fullness. Key of C, that's what we do it in. I don't usually like these arpeggiators, but it looks like I used them, so let's give them a shot. I think that's why I said Sunday. I think it turned out. I don't include bass usually. Jim's pretty much got it covered. We skip click cues, drums, we don't need it. Pad 1, pad 2. Piano I'm going to include. Synth bass I will include. So I drag it. And we go. Into the track 1, track 2 track. That can be any instrument. The thing is, cues definitely has to be in the cues column. You don't want cues in one of the yellow areas, because if you put it out there, it's going to go out in the house, and that's just awkward. So fullness is done. Living Hope, we don't have one. I've got a key of D pad. I'm not going to use it. So we're pretty much done. Alright, so now what we need to do is we actually need to change the key of this song. The original is in C sharp, never D flat. In fact, we're going to fix that right now because it is not D flat, it is C sharp. It's the same thing, but I don't like it. Alright, so what we need to do to switch it is I need to click on electric. I'm going to go ahead and slide over all the way to synth, hit shift and click. So now all of those instruments are selected. Now double click. This is very important. So down here, I want to make this bigger. Down here it says segment BPM. We need that to match 82. So let's go ahead and play it.
Intro, 2.
It's not doing it. Okay, so what I did there was I just typed in 82 right here to segment BPM. Alright, so go ahead and select all of those. Hit warp. Perfect. And C sharp, we want to go to the key of C, so we're going to go down one semitone. Let's play it.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
That's the right key. Okay. So Raise a Hallelujah is almost done. So this is a little bit more advanced, but I'm going to go ahead and show you anyways. That way you learn. So you can always come back to this video if you're ever doing this. So what I want to do is I want to cut the end off. It goes into a exhortation time, and if I don't feel it, I don't want to force it. So what I usually do is I will just cut it, and then if I want to, I can always flow in just using our instruments, and if not, we can go right to the next song. So what I do is you need to select everything. So you need to select from cues all the way over to synth, hit copy or command C for copy, and then hit tab. Your whole screen is going to change. You might freak out a little bit, but you're fine. So what we're going to do is we need to hit this button right here. It's called back to arrangement, and we're going to actually clear all this out. I'm just going to delete everything that's here. Alright, so starting with the cues right at the beginning, I'm going to hit Command V. That pastes everything from there, from what we had copied. So now we need to find where I want to cut it.
Chorus, 2, 3.
Zoom in a little bit. The way you zoom is you click and you drag that timeline area.
Tab. Tag 2, 3, 4. Interlude 2, 3, 4. Interlude 2.
Yeah.
Tag 2. Chorus 2, 3, 4. Tag 2, 3, 4. Interlude 2, 3, 4.
Okay, right there is where I wanted to cut. So what I'm going to do is make it smaller. I'm going to scroll to where I have my marker. It's right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just select all this. Okay. What I'm doing to make it smaller while I'm dragging is you just hit the minus button and it deletes. So scrolling down, and I'm gonna just hit delete. Cool. So that's actually very easy. And what I'm gonna do now, just to make new tracks, is I'm gonna hit Command All, and then Command. I think of join, it's consolidate, but I think join because it's J. So Command J. So it's consolidating all that, making it a clean file. So we just wait on that. Cool. I'm gonna wait on those to load. See it like grows. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is I'm gonna select Synth 2, scroll all the way up to Cues, copy, Tab to get back over, and I'm gonna click Cues, Command V. Then we've got our brand new stuff.
Intro 2,
And now it's
3.
5 minutes instead of 7. So cool. All right. So what I want to go ahead and explain to you too is that there are some songs that we have to use its click. So like an example would be Tasha Cobb's We Do You Know My Name. And that song, the tempo kind of speeds up and slows down in some areas, so we actually have to use the click they provide. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. Copy, paste. That just makes another row. No big deal. So I don't know the tempo for that. It is 46. Okay. So we type in You Know My Name. 46 BPM. It's six eight. All right. So with that, we have to. We're gonna go ahead and drag everything. Why not? It's just an example. Yeah. I'm gonna drag everything. That's all the musical stuff. And then for this one, guide is another name for track or for cues. I like cues better, but I'll drag guide in there, and then click track. You have to drag that to click only. So very important note. So let's go ahead and play this.
1, 2, chorus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You'll hear right there, it's already off. So what we do is we have to turn off Ableton's click, and we have to go off of what they provide, because 46 is not right. what they actually had to do was they had to go through the live recording and they had to mark out a click to fit everything. So that's kind of interesting. But so that's a very special circumstance. It's only on a few songs that I know by memory that we have to do it with. So I think that's all I'm going to show for today. So, and to save, you just hit Command S and it's saved. So that's really all. I'm trying to think of some issues that you may have to fix. One of those is the click, and the way you turn on and off the click is you just hit 0. Okay, and then to make things really easy for the drummer, what I'll usually do is I will map or key out these songs, so they just have to hit
Intro,
1,
2,
2
3,
for the second
4.
song,
Intro,
3 for the
2.
third song. So the way I do that is you hit key, and then you can map it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes sense, right? And you can do that with a lot of different buttons. So that's really it. So problems you could encounter. One would be that you'd have to change the key of the song, but I showed you how to do that. The biggest thing to make sure is right is you have to make sure that segment BPM matches what it's supposed to be. So if this says 120, I'll show you what it sounds like. Okay.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
See? Sounds wrong, because it is wrong. Okay? So I gotta switch that back. We're gonna go back to 82. And I'll show you what it sounds like now. Okay.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. That's it. And then you do really need to hit warp, because if you don't and you just try to transpose it,
Intro, 2,
it just messes
3,
with the time.
4.
So although, yeah, so hit warp.
Verse, 2, 3, 4.
Sounds evil.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. There you go.
Verse, 2, 3. Intro, 2, 3, 4.
What is going on? See, I'm gonna have to fix it now. Okay, we won't transpose the cues. We don't do that. So I'm gonna go through and make sure all this is right, because it's not.
Intro, 2, 3, 4. Verse, 2, 3, 4.
Cool. So that's basically it. There's not a whole lot to the program. It just looks really messy when you look at it. So I did a lot of the heavy work just setting up the program, but that's part of it. You get it set up and it's easy to work on throughout the week. So love you guys. If you have any questions about the program, let me know. I'd love to help you out and help you learn more. Like I said, the more people know, the easier it's going to be able to lead as a team. So love you guys. Have a great day. See you soon.